All right, so I just got a quick minute before the kids get out of school, so I'm going to tell this quick story. When I was in the service up at, again, Lincoln Receiver Site, we had a toolbox that was issued us. And they had all the standard tools that we would need to do our electronics maintenance on the radios and stuff. And everybody had their own toolbox, and it was issued to you, and you were responsible for keeping up the tools. So one day I was told by the sergeant there that I was going to have an inventory scheduled today, and they would kind of surprise you with them so that you wouldn't be able to collect all the tools that you needed, that the ones that you were missing, whatever. So you take your toolbox out right then, because they, like I said, kind of like a surprise audit, and they would spread all your tools on a blanket in the middle of the room, and take them out one at a time, and then put them back in. And he would have a checklist of all the tools you had issued, and he'd check them off. So he was going through checking off all the different tools that I had. Here's a wrench, and the wrench, and here's the number 3 screwdriver, and whatever, going through all the tools. And then finally he said, a spudger. And I said, I don't know what a spudger was. I said, I'm not sure what that is. And he goes, a spudger. And he starts looking through all the tools that I had all laid out on the blanket there. And he goes, here it is. And he grabs it and he goes, look, and you've got 2. You've got somebody else's spudger. What he had grabbed was a chopstick. Carol used to pack me ramen for lunch every once in a while, and she would always put chopsticks in there, so I just kept a pair of chopsticks in my toolbox, so in case she ever forgot. So I had the one chopstick he designated was a spudger, and said, hey, and look, you've got somebody else's spudger. So he took my one spudger and left me with one, put it all the way in the toolbox. I never told him that, no, that wasn't my spudger, but that was a chopstick. Turns out I looked it up right away, figured out what it was. A spudger is a tool. It's a plastic, usually made of plastic or wood, that you use to separate out plates on kind of hard to explain electronically, but you have these pins that you can adjust to change the frequency of a radio. This is the old radios. And spudger was something that you would use to pry open or push together something with it having an electrical charge on it without you getting shocked. So they were usually plastic or wood. So the spudger was exactly what I could use a chopstick for, but he came, there's my spudger, and never found the original one, but I had a spudger. Anyway, that's my story for today. Bye.